Hi guys, it's me, Quarantine Shara. Yeah, so that's me. I am checking in is one of my reasons for videoing today. Just checking on you. It has continued to be kind of a struggle for me. Like I do okay in the mornings, and in the afternoon I just feel like crying all afternoon. Not that I do. I'm stronger than that. But it has been really hard. I've learned some things, about myself, and I've learned some things about ways I can do things better and differently. One of them is to structure my day. So I've been doing that, and I kind of like pace everything out, because I would have like ideas of what I could do in a certain day, but I'd finish by 11:30. Which is not good. So anyway, I've still been exercising every day. That's going really well. Of course, my Bible study is what I do first thing in the morning. I'm reading lots of different books right now, and so I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But let me know, how are you doing? Leave me some comments. What are some things that are helping you get through this? It's really, really hard. Last night was my mom's birthday, and we're basically like quarantining with them. So not exactly, but anyway, long story. So we had her birthday dinner. I made a cake, and it was great. It was awful looking. I didn't have any butter. I mean, this is quarantine living, right? So I didn't have any butter. So I had to Google to figure out another kind of icing I could make. And I found a, cream cheese one. And it was like, yeah, I don't know. The cake, I didn't put like the cake like bottom to bottom. I put like, bottom and then top. Yeah, so it was crazy. It tasted good, but it looked horrible. But anyway, you're quarantined. You do what you can do, right? And then today, one of my best friend's birthday, and so we did a really cool thing. So if you're wondering how can you celebrate like a friend or a loved one's birthday, this was great. It was another one of my friend's ideas, and we did a car parade. So about 25 of us, I think, at the end. So we all had like balloons, and we all made like signs, like "Happy Birthday," whatever. And then we drove by her house, and she and her family were out in the yard, and it was really cool. Like we would honk, and I played that "Celebrate Good Times" song. I played that, like really loud. And as everyone drove by, and we were all cheering and whooping. And another friend, the friend that it was her idea, she had all these pictures of her, the friend that was having the birthday, blown up and put on these sticks and stuff. So we had all these pictures we wrote. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. And some people like threw candy, and she loves Reese's peanut butter anything. And so some people brought that. So anyway, it was really fun. It was really cool. And, it was just good to see faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to see the faces. I miss the faces. So, yeah. So just let me know what you're doing. Let me know what books you're reading. I'm reading several books right now, but one of the books I'm reading is Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. And if you are a Rachel Hollis fan, I don't know if you've heard of Quibi, but Quibi is a streaming device, kind of like, it's not a device, it's a streaming thing. I don't know, like Netflix, okay? But it's made for your phone. So like I even tried to watch it on my iPad, and it's still like really small, like my phone size. But anyway, and the cool thing about Quibi is, number one, that it's free for the next 90 days. And number two, everything is 10 minutes or less. So like, you don't have to sit there, and you have some videos even like on YouTube here will be like 45 minutes long. Well, I'm sorry. You've lost me after like 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. Like unless you're doing magic tricks or music or something. So anyway, it's really quick. So like Rachel's, she does one Monday through Friday, and they all have a theme, and it's about 7 minutes. And so anyway, I'm enjoying that just because a lot of the material that she's covering kind of is parallel and completely like straight out of this book I'm reading by her. I'm reading a book that my son recommended called The Sherlockian. It's about, you probably can guess, Sherlock Holmes. So it's like this whole like story. You got like this whole like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story going on like back in the early 1900s. And then you've got this like modern day like mystery murder thing. Anyway, it's really kind of cool. I think I'm interested to see how it all comes together, the two plot lines or whatever. So, I mean, I'm reading that. I'm reading, a few other things. But like, yeah, so give me some ideas. What can I read? And also, I'm looking for something new to watch on Netflix. I want you to know I did watch Picard, and I really liked it. And I'm so thankful, though, that my son-in-law had given me all the ideas of everything else to watch first, because, yeah, I would have been, like, totally lost. So, yeah, and I, to be honest, like, I was still a little lost in some of it. But, I mean, I feel really good about it because, like, I feel like maybe my IQ is even, like, raised, since becoming a Star Trek fan and everything, just because, like Star Trek, is like really, really smart people are like really into Star Trek. That's what I have figured out, just because, yeah, it's a lot of things I don't understand. But, you know, I feel really good about it. And actually with the Picard series, which of course centers around Picard, it was different as far as, like, it was a little bit, to me, like a little bit more down to earth. But I totally, like, I'm so glad I reached out and got the information that I needed to know before even starting it. Because, yeah, it would have been like, it would have been not a good thing. So, I mean, I would recommend that, especially if you're a Star Trek fan to begin with. You really should check that out. You can get it on CBS All Access. Yeah, so if you've got that. So I don't think you can see it actually on regular CBS. There's some bad words. Not like every other word, but there are there. So I don't think you can watch it on regular CBS. So, I mean, I'm done with that. I watched this other really stupid one, like all the way through. Well, like, you know, should you just do that? Like, you just, it's so retarded and stupid that you just can't look away or whatever. Like, so dumb. So, yeah, I watched one. I'm not going to watch anything like that anymore. So I need some ideas. I need some ideas like about streaming things or whatever. So let me know. Leave me some comments. And so today, that was my main reason, was to check in. But today I also have some very good news. So on my last video that I made, like last week, I guess, I had mentioned that in honor of Sir Patrick Stewart, who plays Picard on Star Trek, who is reading one of Shakespeare's sonnets every day on Instagram. And I think that's just like a really cool thing. I mean, like, you know, Shakespeare sonnets, I mean, I watch him every day, and, you know, he's got such a great voice, and he does a really good job of reading them. And I just think it's cool because he's trying to do something to give back, you know, while everybody is like at their house with nothing to do. And I really appreciate like all the musicians and stuff. They're doing that really cool stuff too. So that's fun. But anyway, I just thought, you know, I had mentioned that I was thinking about writing my own sonnets because, you know, like, of course, Shakespeare's the ones he's reading. Like, I don't really understand what they're really about. Like, he tries to explain some of them, and, you know, like, if you just read them, it's kind of like, yeah, I got nothing. You know, Shakespeare. But I just thought, you know, I could probably write some and call them the Quarantine Sonnets. And one of the things that I mentioned on the last, you know, video was, I don't know for sure that I'm going to do this. Like, so don't ask about them. Like, where are they? Well, of course, my brother, who you can always count on to, like, not follow directions, you know, started asking for them. So I actually wrote one. And so I'm going to read it to you, okay? But I did want to give you, like, a little education about what a sonnet is. So I'm going to look at my computer here, and I'm going to tell you about a sonnet. Okay, so here's what a sonnet is. Come up here to the top. So a sonnet expresses a single idea, okay, but it's generally an idea that develops and expands, and then it ends with a conclusion, okay? So you have all this like detail, and all this kind of like a build-up, and then you have a conclusion, okay? And it rhymes. So if you're gonna write a sonnet, then it has to rhyme. And it's always at least 14 lines, okay? And they're divided into like stanzas, if you will, of 4 lines. And within each stanza, you have to have a rhyming pattern. So like your first stanza should be pattern A, B, okay? Which means your first and third lines will, the end of those lines will rhyme, and then your second and fourth lines will rhyme, okay? Now, when you go to the new stanza, for lines 5 through 8, you want to do like a C, D, C, D. So you want, again, the middle, you know, first and third lines will rhyme, and the second and fourth will rhyme, but you don't want them to be the same rhyming, okay, got me, as the first stanza. And then you have one more of those stanzas, so you would have like E, F, okay, on the rhyming. And then it always ends with a couplet. So like a couplet is 2 lines, and this is where like your conclusion is drawn, and it would be like GG. Okay, so those 2 lines rhyme. Okay, so you kind of got it. So, of course, a lot of Shakespeare's sonnets, you know, they're about love and, you know, really weird stuff. But so I'm gonna write some sonnets, and I actually sat down and I had an idea, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna do this because like I don't have anything else to do, and it was really kind of easy. So, you know, I had the idea of what I wanted to write about. So I'm going to read you sonnet number 1 from the Quarantine Sonnets. So give me a second here to get to that spot on my computer. And here we go. The Quarantine Sonnets. Sonnet number 1. Thou call me by name, O silver giant. Come hither, thou cast your spell. And I, no strength, cannot stand defiant. Dost obey, in guilt and shame, sorely fell. The weight of thy substance becomes my own, for thy pleasure within no match am I. With naught to entertain, my strength is blown, to your devious outstretched arms I fly. Thy air so cool and crisp, thy light sublime, favors and treats aplenty within. What choice makest I? Thy shall know in time, ere salty or sweet or something akin. As long as quarantined with you shall I be, refrigerator, thou callest to me. So I just wanted to share that with, just for my heart, like, some of the things that are just really going on in the eating of the snacks found in the refrigerator. Yeah, I mean, my refrigerator and I are like we're like this. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed sonnet number 1 from the Quarantine Sonnets, and be sure to tune in because there will be more, Paul. Don't ask again. All right. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Leave me a comment. Talk soon. Bye.